Peace. And welcome to this Not Church special today. Because today, when you're seeing this, I'm actually away attending my son's bachelor party this weekend. It's been an honor to have been invited. We've been talking about the crystal river of all life, which flows inside of everything, everywhere, all the time, and bubbles up into us in our mystical experiences. Next Sunday, we'll dive into the Samaritan woman at the well, whom the Orthodox have named Fotine, the luminous one. In a few weeks, then, we're going to then head over to the Gospel of Mary, where we're going to find the heart of the mystical message of Jesus. Today's special, because I'm away, is from the Gospel of Thomas, and it's pre-recorded, from Logia 13, "Compare me to someone," asked Jesus. Jesus said to his disciples, "If you were to compare me to somebody, who would you say I'm like?" Simon Peter said to him, "You're like a righteous angel." Matthew said to him, "You're like a wise philosopher." Thomas said to him, "Teacher, I'm completely unable to say whom you're like." Jesus said to him, "I'm not your teacher, because you've drunk and you've become intoxicated by the bubbling stream which I cause to gush out of me." He's saying to Thomas, your lips are right. You can't speak my ineffable nature. But now that you've drunk of the ineffable nature from the crystal river of all life that I cause to bubble up inside of me, you don't need me as your teacher. I'm not your teacher. Your teacher is the experiential action of the bubbling up inside of you, this mystical presence of the divine self inside of you, the crystal, a streamlet from the crystal river of life pouring up like an artesian well inside of me, he says. I have this thing inside of me, he says. I've caused it to bubble up. Jesus caused it to bubble up by digging his own well in his prayer life, as he sought and he learned to live in oneness, what he called singularity, or make your eye single, as I did, he means, and your body will be filled with light, as is mine. And that's from the Gospel of Luke in the King James Version. The message of Jesus is and was, you are what I am, and what I am, you are. Make the two one, he says. He prays to his beloved, his progenitor, whom he calls Father, whom I call beloved. And if you pray to your beloved, you and I will become the same. In the Gospel of John, he says, make them one like you and I are one, he says to the beloved. He says, drink from the stream and get drunk on the liquid light. This happened to me after my first near-death experience. Following an extraordinary mystical experience after that happened, after my first NDE, after I had this extraordinary experience that was witnessed by my family over several hours, I was graced with this gift, this flow of peace, like a river pouring in through my back and out through my front, through my sacral and solar plexus chakras, sort of in a big stream of oneness. Through me, from behind me, through me, out in front of me. And it lasted 6 months. Through an ankle dislocation, fracture, separation of my tibia and fibula, and the accompanying surgery and recovery, all through that, it continued to flow, a river of peace. Before, during, and after all of that trauma, the peace, the river of life, continued to flow. It didn't eliminate my troubles. It was with me in my troubles, giving me a deeper sense of peace and strength, acceptance, endurance, and fortitude, no matter the painkillers or the pain. This bubbling up of the river of life is for you. And Thomas understood on that interior level, which is why Jesus said to him, I'm no longer your teacher because now you know what I know, he says to Thomas. Jesus caused his inner bubbling. He worked it. He made it happen. He learned to quiet his mind and make himself quiet so that he could hear the inner river. And how did he know to say to us, if you make your eyes single, your body will be filled with light? He knew because he experienced it. He made, if you make your eyes single, he made his eyes single. He caused this to happen. Let me say it in the first person. I made my eyes single and my body was filled with light. He says to us, make your eyes single and your body will be filled with light. He knows this because he made his eyes single and his body was filled with light. Everything holy he talks about, and all of the Gospels he experienced. Find the precious pearl? He experienced that. Drink from the well of life? He experienced that. He drank and became drunk. He tells us to do this. He tells us, you can do this too. And Thomas did, and so can you. I'll see you next Sunday. I'll see you next Sunday. Peace and love. Namaste, everybody.